Good morning. Today we will discuss regarding control systems for robots. We want robots to do things that might otherwise be done by intelligent physical beings. Now, to control a robot in this manner, we need to define the state of the robot, sense the state of the robot, compare the state of the robot to a desired state, decide what actions need to be taken to achieve the desired state and issue the associated commands, translate those commands into physical action and measure the effect of those physical actions. Now, robot state description. In physical states, there are position, orientation, velocity, acceleration, sensor states, actuator states. And in internal states, there are plans, tasks, and behaviors. Now, different control system components are. So, first we will see what is target value. So it is the desired operating point of the overall system, which is speed. That is called a target value. Then measured value, the actual operating point of the system. It is affected by external factors such as hills and internal factors such as the amount of fuel delivered to the engine. Then difference value. So this is the difference between the target value and the measured value, and it translates into feedback. Then control input. This is the main adjusting point of the control system. The amount of fuel delivered to the engine is the primary control input to the cruise control. So this is the example. Then control algorithm. It determines how to best regulate the control input to make the difference value as close to zero as possible. Then feedback. So feedback means it is a continuous monitoring of the sensors and reacting to their changes. So feedback control means it is a self-regulation. So there are two kinds of feedback, positive feedback and negative feedback. So negative feedback acts to regulate the state or output of the system, and positive feedback acts to amplify the state or output of the system. Then robot motion analysis. In robot motion analysis, we study the geometry of the robot arm with respect to reference coordinate system, while the end effector moves along the prescribed path. So this kinematic analysis involves two different kinds of problems. First is determining the coordinates of the end effector or end of arm for a given set of joint coordinates. And second, determining the joint's coordinates for a given location of the end effector or end of the arm. Now speed of motion. So speed determines how quickly the robot can accomplish a given work cycle. So desirable in production to minimize cycle time. The industrial robot speed range up to a maximum of 1.7 meter per second, and the speed would be measured at wrist. So highest speed can be obtained by large robot with fully extended arm. So speed of motion, and it is most desirable speed depends on following factors, that is accuracy, weight of the object and distance. So it is the inverse relation between the accuracy and the speed. Heavier objects must be handled with more slowly, and it is capable of traveling one long distance in less time than the sequence short distances whose sum is equal to the long distances. Then speed of motion. So you can see the graph. It is the influence of distance versus speed. So the short distance may not permit for program operating speed. So the short move and the long move, that is shown in the graph, and it is the maximum speed capability of the robot. Then load carrying capacity. It depends upon size, configuration, construction and drive system. Robot arm must be in its weakest position to calculate load carrying capacity. In polar, cylindrical and jointed arm, the robot arm is the maximum in extension, and it ranges from less than a pound to several thousands of pounds. The speed of response and stability. The speed of response refers to the capability of the robot to move to the next position in a short amount of time. That is called the speed of response. And stability is defined as the measure of the oscillations which occur in the arm during movement from one position to the next. So good stability exhibit little or no oscillation, and poor stability indicated by a large amount of stability. So damping control stability but reduces the speed of response. Then robot control systems. To perform as per the program instructions, the joint movements, an industrial robot must accurately be controlled. The end effectors move to a particular point or along the prescribed path on the basis of the information given by the controller to the actuators, which could be in the form of position or velocity. So therefore, the control of a robot is accomplished by transmitting the correct information from the controller to the actuators. Depending upon the design, there are two basic type of controls. First is open loop control and second is closed loop control. So first we will see open loop control. So during the operation of the robot controller will not be obtaining the information pertaining to the position or velocity of each actuator. Therefore, the controller works on a set point and does not receive any feedback on the actual position and or the velocity information of the actuator. In the open loop system, there could always be an error in the actuator output if there are disturbances and changes in the operating conditions. So you can see the problem with open loop controller. The effectiveness of open loop controls are very context dependent. The amount of force that is applied has different effects depend on the surface type. This is the example of problem with open loop controller. In a closed loop system, the controller receives the feedback of the actual position and the velocity information of the actuator. Under this type of control, information from the position and velocity sensors is provided to the controller. Based on the actual value and the calculated value, an error signal is generated and the controller responds to the error signal. So in this, the components are reference means it is a desired state, controller that is issues commands, and plant it is a actuator. So the feedback keeps the operation of the system smooth and stable. This is the example of closed loop controller. It is a traveling of the car to the home. So the closed loop system it is given, and the When you reach at the home, the velocity decreases as the car gets closer to the desired position. So this is an example of closed loop controller. You can see the different elements: feedback system, that is sensing by the eyes, computation by brain, actuator control by auto pedals, and velocity, that is by engine power. Then, depending on the level of sophistication of the controller, we can classify the robot into four categories. These categories are: first is limited sequence control, second is robot with point to point control, third is continuous path control, and fourth is intelligent robot. So first, that is limited sequence control. This is a non-servo control of the robot and can be only utilized for simple motion cycles such as pick and place operations. Normally, mechanical stops for each joint are used to provide the extreme ranges of motion. Many of the pneumatically driven robots fall under this category. Then second is robot with point to point control. In this, individual arms are recorded in the memory of the controller, both in terms of the sequence of motions in a given work cycle as also in the location that is associated with each element of the motion cycle. In summary, a point to point control involves the specifications of the starting point and the end point of the robot motion. So point to point robots are used in spot welding, pick and place applications. So the point to point control robot is capable of moving from one point to another point. The locations are recorded in the control memory. These types of robots do not control the path to get from one point to the next point. So typical applications includes component insertion, spot welding, hole drilling, machine loading and unloading, assembly operations. Then third type, that is continuous path robot. So here the number of individuals, that is path nodes, locations that can be stored in the memory are far greater than in the point to point robot. The path nodes in a path move are entered into the memory as program data or are captured while having the arm manually guided through the move. Therefore, points constituting the motion cycle can be spaced very closely together, which allows the robot to accomplish a continuous smooth motion. Continuous path robots are used in the applications such as tracing of contours, especially in arc welding, spray painting, etc. So the continuous path robot is capable of performing movements along the controlled path. With continuous path from one control, the robot can stop at any specified point along the control path. All the points along the path must be stored explicitly in robot's control memory. So applications are straight line motion is the simplest example for this type of robot. Some continuous path control robots also have the capability to follow a smooth curve path that has been defined by the programmer. In such cases, the programmer manually moves the robot arm through the desired path and the controller unit stores a large number of individual point locations along the path in a memory. That is teach in. So typical applications of control path are the spray painting, finishing, gluing, arc welding operations. And then intelligent robot. So this robot has characteristics that make the robot appear intelligent, such as having the capacity to move to interact with the environment, make decisions, communicate with human beings, machine vision, etc. So the intelligent control robot possesses the capability for both PTP and CP control. This type of control requires high level of computer control and advanced programming language. Some characteristics that make the robot appear intelligent include the capacity to interact with its environment, make decisions when things go wrong during the work cycle, communicate with humans, and make computations during motion cycle. So this is regarding the control system of the robot. Thank you.